think, early on it was great to have a guy like Carson, a vet, who can, really just help me, bring me along. And I think throughout the season I've, gained more confidence in that area. We work great together. And I think we are on the same page with everything in our protection.
All of those turnovers.
Yeah, they're a really good defense, and they're really well coached. And they, last game they obviously created a lot of turnovers, so it's going to be important for us to take care of the football and not put our team in a bad situation and put our defense in any bad spots, because we have a lot of trust in our defense. We have great defense. So I think just taking care of the football is going to be extremely important in this game. Experienced in New York, and was honored to be out there, and really grateful for the opportunity. And it was just testament to the community that we have here at Ohio State, and the players around me. So it was awesome. But it's we're back to work, and we're excited about this next matchup.
On these fun stages.
Yeah, I think it's just being a kid and playing the game I love. Growing up, I always wanted to play on the biggest stage and playing in front of hundreds of thousands of fans. So it's been awesome this past season, and I think just developing and gaining confidence throughout each week, and just building that into next week. Just as an offense, we have to execute better. A lot of it's on me. I gotta can't hold on to the ball as long, and get the ball out of my hand and keep us on schedule. When we get sacked and getting those third and long, second and longs, it makes it tougher on our offense. So just being able to keep us on schedule and get us into the right play. Yeah, I think as a quarterback, I expect a lot out of myself, and I'm hard on myself. If I make a mistake, I'm hard on myself, and I'm the first one to put it on me. But I think just it's been a great season, and I'm just excited for it to continue. Yeah, for the Will part, I think you just definitely saw the leadership aspect from him and the playoffs, and then just the preparation aspect, and just knowing where he's going for football every play. And then for the other question, I think when you come up to line of scrimmage, they have two really good edge rushers, so you definitely have to be aware of them, because they can cause a lot of problems for you as a quarterback, and just being aware of them and knowing where we have to go with the football. Yeah, I think it's you're kind of hanging on for a play and thinking it's going to be there, and then you're waiting and waiting, but we just got to get the ball out of our hand and check it down if it's not there. And so there's definitely some bits of plays like that this season where I think I could have just done a better job in helping us stay on schedule as an offense.
What's that? That's a balance for a quarterback of trying to hang in, maybe waiting for a bigger play to develop versus just get rid of it.
Yeah, there is. Because sometimes you're waiting. You might have a big shot down here. You're waiting, but sometimes we can just get the ball over hand. We see it. Let's get it out now. Let's get the ball and get 5 yards and move on to the next play.
It's a big challenge. Obviously, they're really talented. They play really hard, and they do a lot of things really well. So offensively, we're going to have to be on point and put together a great plan and trust that plan and go out there and execute it out. And to be able to go out there with this team and do that, it's extremely exciting and something I've always wanted to do and kind of a childhood dream. So definitely. Yeah, right now it's just one game. That's all we got. You know what I mean? And it's a one-game season, and we got to attack this week. Every day, attack it like that, and go out there and approach it as a one-game season and win that game. So one game at a time. Yeah, I think it's just the consistency that he brings on a daily basis, whether that's in practice or the games. He's just a consistent person all the way through, and it's something that you really want in a quarterback, and that's what we got in Julian. So it's very exciting to have a guy like that and someone everyone can lean on, when times get tough. Yeah, I think that's something the coaches have put a big emphasis on, and that's just the way we practice every day. Going out there and compete against each other, best on best, and attacking every day, keeping that edge, and so we can be ready to go come next Wednesday. Yeah, definitely. We have a lot to prove. We have a chip on our shoulder now. And I think the guys are excited to go write a story after what happened a couple weeks ago. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been kind of weird. It's felt like a half a year, I feel like. So it's definitely a little weird. It's something that I've never really experienced. So it's the first time for me. Right. No, I think me personally, I think I always have a lot of room to grow in all aspects of my game, and it's something that I still have to make a decision on. Have conversations and figure that out. Yeah, I think it really just comes down to execution. Against Indiana, we just didn't execute, at the level we were supposed to, and it's something we got to focus on and make sure we're locked in on. So it really just comes down to execution at the end of the day.
Yeah, obviously our pass protection wasn't up to par, what our expectation is. Looking at some of the things, just going back to fundamentals, I think over these next couple weeks, we know what's going to be important. I've fortunately been in this position last year. Somewhat similar of a situation where you see some things where you're like, okay, as the season progresses, maybe sometimes you get away from a little bit of fundamental work, but that's exactly what we've been doing the past couple weeks to get back into it, to get ready to go play some of these great defense and defensive rushers that we have coming up. The game you said?
Gabe, what do you got in there?
Oh yeah, Van Sickle, yeah. Second mode, he's been, proven that he's more than capable of going out there and playing with us. He's, we always talk about, what are you doing, how are you doing it, and why are you doing it. And I think he's done a great job of not only building his own confidence, but building, confidence with, Philip and I playing between there. And so for him to be able to go out there and show we have, more depth than we thought, I think originally, that was really important, especially going to this, latter half of the season. Yeah, I think it's just getting back to the basics. I think we always say, the foundation we built is going to be the thing that, carries us through all the storms and stuff like that. And so I think, for us, these, little bit of a space and a little bit of gap time we've had right now has been, getting back to the basics, back to the fundamentals, and working really hard in practice and, not getting complacent. I think it's easy for teams that have had, we've had a really successful regular season to get complacent. That's not at all where we're at. So even though we have a new team right now, or a much different looking team than last year, I feel like everyone has the same message and the same goal in mind. I think, playing offensive line here, I think you develop an edge, and I think when the edge isn't portrayed or it isn't shown in the game, I think it definitely fires guys up a little bit because at the end of the day, I truly believe the guys we have, we're playing at our best level with, I can play with anyone in the country. So absolutely, it does fire us up, and I think it's kind of the message of the room that we get back to who we were on that team. They're good. They're elite level defense. It'll be a great challenge for us to go out and play a competitor that we haven't really originally. Watching the A&M game, obviously they get pressure. They do what they're supposed to do, and so it's gonna be a great challenge, like you said, for us up front. Like you said, obviously interior wise, but obviously the edges are elite. So it's gonna be a good game and good opportunity for us to go show what we're about. Yeah, I guess necessarily like defensive scheme wise, they're not really a whole lot similar in that aspect. There might be a little bit similar to other games we played earlier this year, but just defensive scheme wise, player wise, obviously a little bit different as well. So it's just comes down to doing a great job of film watching, preparing for your opponent. I've been blessed to be a part of a lot of games, so nothing we haven't seen before. Like I said, they're elite level players, and it'd be an elite level game. I got to be prepared to play 60 minutes against a great defense, so that's all we're doing. It comes down to being efficient in those early downs. I think for us, it's going to be really important to run the run game, or be in charge of the run game as offensive line, being in charge of keeping Julian, safe. I think these games come down to being able to make positive throws and completions, and keeping us on schedule. And so for us to be able to have a part in that is gonna be huge this game. A whole lot of nicknames on offensive line. That's why I said Gabe, and I was like, I don't really know who that is. But that's Sicko. You gotta love Sicko. We got actually Secret Santa coming up today, so we gotta stay in tune for that. So we're really excited. So a whole lot of nicknames coming up, and who's ever getting gifts today, but it'll be good.
Is that related to how he plays in sicko mode, or why?
I think it's just, for some reason, it's funner to say than Gabe. I don't know. It's kind of like calling Austin Piggy and stuff like that. I don't know. We all, the brotherhood grows closer, man. You can get a lot of inside jokes every now and then, but yeah, that'll be fun.
What's all the other starters' nicknames?
I don't know if I should say all.
Ones that are PG.
It depends who's talking to him, if it's me or the coaches, but like Austin's Piggy. I always call it, me and Luke always go back and forth a lot. I call him Montgomery, but whatever, we just go back and forth. Like I said, Tag is Tigre. Gabe sicko mode. Josh is Dilla. Like I don't think anyone actually knows his real name.
Dilla's like the
Yeah,
producer.
Dilla or Padilla. Yeah. Julian's Big J. Ethan. I don't think anyone knew his name was Ethan. We just called him Big E for the longest time. But I don't know. I mean, like I said, I'd rather really close guys. It's been fun to be part of a group that came together off a lot of experience leaving and stuff like that, and been a part of kind of the growth back into it, and being gone playing these big games with them is pretty special.
What's your nickname?
Mine, it said depends who you ask. I don't know. I don't know. We'll keep that one under wraps for now.
Is the blonde here to stay?
Well, I understand. I mean, I don't know. Well, all the guys are like, when's it gonna wash out? And I was like, that's actually the funny thing about bleaching your hair is it doesn't. Unfortunately, it was really cool until I woke up the next morning. I'm like, oh, I'm so blonde. Yeah. So we'll see. And it'll be cool when it's frosted tips, but yeah, my girlfriend's not necessarily the biggest proponent of it, so we'll see.
Carson, thank you.
Thanks,
Carson.
I'm very excited to play the guys from back home. Like a second home to me. I'm from there. I had a good relationship with all the coaches and all the players on the team. A lot of people I played with in high school. Second, the blended calls. I mean, just use it as motivation. Can't think too much of it. That's what they chose to win. That's what they chose to win. McCollum is a great receiver. He had a great season, so can't knock him for that. I mean, he's a great receiver. Gonna be a first-round draft pick, so I can't really complain about it. I gotta just worry about what's in front of me, and that's beating Miami. I mean, I talked with Keenan Bailey. I mean, I know Coach Arnold will always continue to push me hard, no matter what it is. But yeah, I always still want to be pushed. Now it's time to crank it up a little bit because now it's time to win another 90 round here. Miami defense is pretty good defense. That front is something special. We got Ruben Bain, got two good DNs, got a good interior, got a good back end. Their linebackers are very good. And mentality right now is just go out and just dominate everybody in front of us. We left a bad taste in our mouth against Indiana in the Big Ten championship. So offensively, we got to do better. Got to score in the red zone, and we got to just capitalize on everything that we do from here on out. Yeah, Coach Arnold, he's been around, been helping us a lot in the receiver room. Very excited for him, and then new role that he have there, USF, I should say, and he's still around, just still helping us. So very excited for him. Yeah, just little adversity, I should say. Something I never really had to deal with. I don't really be hurt or nothing like that. Nothing really bothers me, but that was something serious I had to deal with. After that, was it Rutgers week? I was, feeling down. Like I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna play against Team North. Like I was debating if I was gonna play or not because it was really bad and I was gonna be able to play. But I had to do, everything for the team, and I wanted to be out there, and I did everything I could, and we got the win. So. I was dealing with a quad strain. It's called rectus femoris, something like that, I should say. But I really supposed to been out 3 to 4 weeks, and for me to be able to pull out all this, I give all the glory to God for that one. I don't think I was very worried about not missing the whole season. I think I was more worried about missing that game. That was the biggest thing for me. I didn't want to miss that game, so I did everything I could to not miss it because I wanted to play in that game for sure.
And late hits, anything like that, you're recovered?
Late hits, stuff like that. I'm not really worried about that because I'm probably gonna be the one doing it too. I'm gonna be a little chippy out there, so I'm bringing it all this week. Yeah, I know I got to keep my emotions. A lot of guys on this Miami team I played with or played against in high school. So I know I got to keep my emotions very high because there's going to be a little chippiness out there. So I know Coach Day, Coach Hartline, everybody going to tell me, just keep my emotions in check and just don't get a 15-yard penalty.
And then just in South Florida and everything, is there still animosity with Ohio State based on that 2002 national championship game?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, you see it all over the internet, all over Twitter. They still talking about that. 20 years later, but they still worry about it. But that's up for them come New Year's Eve. Going to that game, no, I was not 100%. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Still was kind of banged up a little bit, but right now, yes, I'm back healthy, fully healthy, so should be good to go.
100%.
Yeah, I think the things people will see me as a healthy Jeremiah Smith, what they seen beginning of the year. It was a little bit of adversity. Can't think too much of it. It's in my past now, so I'm just focused on Miami. I've grown. I was becoming more of a leader, using my voice, really the biggest thing, and just becoming a better spinner of the game. It was the biggest thing for me this season. I think I did a very good job of that.
Our final question from Zoom land will come from Jalen Meadows. Go ahead.
That's a good Just let the game come to you. That's really all I would say. Don't be trying to force stuff. I think that's something that I did in the beginning of the year, like the first 5 to 6 games. Just rushing, just want the ball and stuff like that. Just rushing stuff, like forcing stuff that ain't there, and then getting mad about stuff I can't control. That's one thing I found myself getting mad about in the first couple of games. Just being mad about things I can't control. That's out of control.
Mike, that's it from Zoom.
Okay, thank you. We'll do it after the game.
Do I regret? Nah, because I didn't want to miss the game. I practiced all week. The injury I think happened in practice. I don't remember exactly when, but it happened in practice. But I don't regret not playing in the game. I tried to go out there and do it for the team. That's all about. I'm all about the team. Whatever the team give me to do, I'm gonna do it. I played 2-3 drives and started bothering me a little bit. I told coaches I'm not going back in. It's messing with me. So I do everything I could.